Sim2Com is really easy to use. You don't need a thick manual. Start by double-clicking on the Sim2Com icon on your desktop. Sim2Com will check itself by validating the files it uses. Wait a few seconds for the self-check to finish. Now, enter your email address as the user ID here. All Sim2Com licensed copies are unique and different. Your own Sim2Com is not like the others. Click on the next button when done. If you made a mistake, Sim2Com will let you know. To convert simple text to a password, Sim2Com needs a master key from you. Enter a master key twice. It must be at least 6 characters long. It can be in any language supported by your Windows. Choose a master key that only you know and can't forget, but others can't guess. Click on the next button when done. If you made any mistake, Sim2Com will let you know. This is Sim2Com's main window. This is where you'll actually convert simple text to complex passwords. The simple text entry box is initially filled with some Japanese, English, and Spanish text. You will want to change the text with your own simple text. If you click on the clipboard button at the right side, the whole contents of the simple text box will be selected. So you click it to quickly select the contents of the simple text box. With all the text contents selected, you can start typing your new simple text. It can be in any language supported by your version of Windows. For this demonstration, type Facebook as the simple text.
F-A-C-E-B-O-O-K.
Facebook. Sim2Com is case sensitive, so if you make the letter F of Facebook capital, the generated complex password will be completely different. To simplify this demo, use only lowercase letters for simple text this time. Now, click on the Convert button. After a few seconds, the complex password window will appear. You have just created your first Sim2Com complex password. At this stage, the complex password is ready to be pasted on any web or Windows application login password box. So you don't have to type the complex password for most application logins. Just paste it into the password box of the application. Let's do another. Click on the back button here to close this small window. The previous simple text should all be selected by default now, so you can type another simple text. If not, click on the clipboard button to select the current text in the simple text box. This time, let's type Google+.
G-O-O-G-L-E plus.
Done. So you can click on the Convert button. After a few seconds, we have a new complex password converted from Google+. Next time you run Sim2Com and enter the same master key and simple text, you can recreate this very same complex password, but only with your copy of Sim2Com. Click on the back button to close this window. So far, you have not used any symbols in the complex passwords. You used only alphabets and numbers, plus maybe underscore. This checkbox here will determine whether Sim2Com should use symbols or not. If you click the box, you can check or uncheck the box. Click it this time to check the box. For this demo, use the same simple text we used last time, which is Google+. Before we click Convert, try to remember the previous complex password, the one that didn't use any symbols. You don't really have to remember this, just have a mental image of it for comparison purposes, this time only. The whole purpose of Sim2Com is that you don't have to remember your complex passwords. This request to remember one is a one-time exception to illustrate how passwords change. Now, click the Convert button. After a short while, we have the new complex password, this time with symbols. The new password is totally different from the previous one. Click the back button to close it. This small box here with numbers indicates the length of the passwords to be generated. The default length is 14 characters. We can change the length of the generated password by changing this number. If you want to change the number by 1 or 2 levels up or down, you can simply click on the tiny up and down arrows at the right side of the number box. Click the up button once, and the number increases by 1. It's now 15. Click up once more, and the number becomes 16. Click down once, and the number drops by 1, back to 15. If you want to make a big change to the number, it's quicker to select the number and type over it. Type 30 for this demo.
30.
You now have 30 in the box. If you click the Convert button, you get a 30-character long complex password. The possible lengths are 1 to 99. 1 to 5 character passwords are not recommended. They're too weak. Sim2Com allows short passwords for completeness. Sometimes, the complex password can be difficult to understand because some alphabets are very similar to some numbers, such as 0 looks like a capital O, or number 1 can be easily confused with a small letter L. There's a way to check this out. Close the window by clicking on the back button. Now, instead of clicking the Convert button, we click the Convert Show Details button on the left here. The complex password window will show a vertical list of password characters indicating what each character represents, whether it's an uppercase alphabet, a lowercase alphabet, a digit, or a symbol. This is handy at times when you need to fax a password to somebody. It's also useful when you actually need to read and type the password while logging in an operating system of a different PC. A network administrator will typically read the password from a Sim2Com running in a Windows netbook while logging in as administrator in a workstation he is managing. Click the back button to close this window. Put the number back to 14. Professional systems and network administrators will probably want to use a more practical simple text.
192.168.1.200.
The workstation and device LAN IP addresses are perfect simple text to use in Sim2Com. With IP addresses, all your PCs and routers can have different administrator passwords. In this example for professionals, a simple LAN IP address can be used as simple text to create and later recall the password for node 192.168.1.200. Just make sure you keep your master key secret. Click on the Convert button. There is no excuse to reuse the same administrator password over and over again. If one workstation admin account is compromised, your whole network should not be automatically compromised. In this example, the second to the last character is not clear. Is it a capital O or a 0? So let's check it out. Close this window. Click on the Convert Show Details. The 13th character is clearly a capital O. It's not a 0. Close the window when done. Wasn't that simple? To close Sim2Com, you can use the generic X button on the upper right corner of the window, here. Or you can use the Sim2Com exit button here. Either one is okay. For this demo, click Sim2Com's large X button to finally exit Sim2Com.